When field cutting veneer products, it's typical that matching end banding will need to be reapplied because the cut location is going to remain visible. Ninewood supplies all of the matching banding you will need for your order if field cutting is going to be required, but there are some tools and specific things you should be aware of. Matching end banding typically comes in a pre-glued form. However, certain materials, such as engineered veneer, do not have a commercially available pre-glued end banding. Banding that does not come pre-glued will have to have glue such as heat lock applied to it prior to application. We will show you both pre-glued and non-pre-glued methods. The tools that you will need include a clothes iron, an edge banding trimmer or quality scissors, a 10-inch flat file, and a wood block to set the banding. For glue application, we recommend heat lock glue, foam brushes, or a 3-inch by 1/4 inch nap roller to apply the glue. Pre-glued material has an obvious visible surface and glue surface. However, when moving quickly on a job site, it's easy to switch them around. Always ensure prior to applying heat that you have the proper surface facing the product. Banding that comes without glue may have a fleece or paper backing or no backing at all. There should still be a visible difference between the face and the back of the material. To prepare non-glued end banding for application, glue must be applied prior and allowed to dry. Liberally apply glue to the surface and roll as flat as possible. The glue should then sit based on manufacturer's recommendations until it's ready to apply. Ninewood also recommends applying glue to the core surface to ensure a strong bond between the two pieces. Cut several pieces of end banding into strips that are longer than the depth of the material so that you can test them for fit and place them. The banding will be oversized for the cut that you've made. Please double check that if you've cut on an angle, that the banding you've received is wide enough to cover the surface. Ensure that the iron has been set to the highest possible setting and has adequate time to heat up. Once the iron is ready, press the end banding into place firmly while moving the iron continuously. This ensures that the visible face of the banding will not be damaged due to staying in one place for too long. A good sign that you're receiving good heat transfer to the banding is that the glue is starting to press out onto the adjacent faces. This can be cleaned up later and is not an issue. Apply pressure with the wood block to set the banding in place. Once the banding has been set in place, using the scissors or trimmer, cut the top and bottom of the end banding as close to the material as possible. Focusing on one side at a time, use the file to flush the banding to the member surface. The file should be placed flat and pushed in a single direction to ensure that the banding does not chip or peel. Once all members on one face have been finished, flip the panel to the next side and continue on. The newly banded ends are ready for touch-up finish and final installation into the ceiling. If you have additional questions, please contact your project manager or check out our field guide specific to banding and touch-up finish. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.